somebody who turns out to have been an old retainer of James Bond's family. And I was the...
George Lucas suggested to me something of a samurai warrior in one way, hence I'm dressed in partly dressed like this.
Sharon McCready in The Champions. It's a new series full of adventure, excitement, and surprise. So watch out and keep...
Boy does not love me. Nor a man cannot make him laugh. That's no marvel. He drinks no wine.
Look, I know what you're thinking, and I don't blame you. I've always thrown out such a jazzy line. But really, except for Doc and yourself, Jose's my first non...
I'll only get involved again.
I play Harold Abrahams, who was a very driven Jewish guy who
The coffin, the resurrected child, and his face darkens. He knits his...
About me and I'll wind up in a French jail for something I didn't do.
Going to rob Mother first or somebody else?
Well, under the circumstances, somebody else.
That's nice. Mother likes you.
Well, they all do, obviously, for completely different reasons. Raoul Walsh was very much an action man. I mean, he'd been a star himself until he lost an eye.
I was still an extra, one of 22,000, incidentally, looking for 800 jobs every day. And I got myself an agent called Bill Schifrin. And Bill Schifrin...
Well, when Star Wars came out in the late 70s, wasn't it? And I would say now I've been doing all conventions for the last...
Not an easy film to make, but I got on. I hear lots of rumours about, or people say, how did I get on with James Cameron?
I remained single all these years, and I think when it happens at my age, it happens fast.
Yes, what was it about him that just turned you on?
That I'm just becoming aware of. I was kept in the dark, as you were, for a very long time. Troubling thing.
Late. You push off to bed, I'll pack up here. Right. Good night, Colin. Good night with you.
Well, when it had been gone for so long, I mean, after Tom left, it was very difficult. You have such a proprietorial hold on a character that you created and a doctor that you were with. It's like the...
How?
La banque. $200 livres à la banque.
Suivi.
Banque suivi.
I was but a child myself. An innocent, beardless child. Tobias.
The love is ready.
I thought you'd been swallowed up in some Pixton plague. Do you know Elwood's address? I wrote to him, Care Harper, no answer. Miss Cowles.
He has been a very successful pianist herself, and she is now teaching the piano to very successful.
All right, give him one. But don't let him get at the fruit. He's a terror for the fruit. You know what happened last year? We let him get it.
Birmingham at the time, not so much, but Birmingham, but mainly, you know, the lives of working class women. A lot of it we don't show it, let's be honest. Polly's rarely seen with a penny, but...
You know, the judo came into the television series, all the tough stuff and all the rest of it, and it was sheer dream world when I came into the film industry to do it.
Below the skin of history are London's veins.
All right, Paul. But it will cost you a dinner.
Back to my college afterwards for champagne.
Full participation in the war.
A method of pure supposition.
I have the minutes of their secret talks. Herr von Papen would find them enlightening and frightening.
What else?
Shall we get acquainted with each other? I think it's about time. It just occurs to me that if I put my head in your lap, you'd be the most surprised person in the world.
So once in a while I was wrong, so then they got the film over and I looped 1 or 2 places, so now it's all correct, I think.
You mean you had to correct the sound of a certain word?
Heaven alone knows, sit down. Who would have thought, all those years ago, that I would be
Well, I really, honestly, was not expecting to be standing here with Oscar.
I have to put it back on again for Edie because she's sort of quite so glamorous, Edie is. And it's 1947, so of course you have to wear a lot of lipstick. And I get on stage.
I think myself, though I say it as shouldn't, I suppose. I think it's good work. I directed the play.
Well, I don't think you could have had a start in life that was so, that you were such a reject and
Ça me plaît vachement, en fait, j'ai pas trop eu le temps de bien voir parce qu'on a pas mal tourné, alors c'est plutôt des restos très tard le soir.
Donc je garde des souvenirs, vous voyez, c'était pourtant la guerre en Europe, pas là-bas, mais je garde un souvenir de tout ce qui était extrêmement violent.
It makes you realize how spoiled we all are living in New York. I mean, it was great to be away, but you realize that we just get so much here, and suddenly no, you can't.
A misogynist and being a chauvinist pig and being whatever it is, but in actual fact, I adore them. That's why they take the abuse that I give them. And if I make...
To venture forward. Thank you for this very generous assurance that I have not entirely failed to do so.
Why not? Maybe deep down I knew there was a reason or a purpose for it. Or maybe I needed to create one to make it okay for myself. Because it's a...
The last 8 years, and that incredible sort of psychic feeling that you have for people. My own psychologist and friend in California.
Uncompromising individual. He was pretty tough to work for. He was a bit of a loner. So there was a lot of tension there.
Right, lads, listen up. Saddleworth tomorrow. 14 villages, love. Contest in each, all at the same time, like cash prizes. So...
Sometime in his or her life. Doctors see these tragedies at close quarters, and we do beg you, please, to take more care.
Distinguished guests, viewers, ladies and gentlemen. Always a bridesmaid.
T'es foutu à la porte d'une façon très brusque pour laisser entrer Kubrick. Et je pense...
The modesty of your desires. Piffle. I like simple things means usually I can't afford what I want.
Piffle, you couldn't give me your precious garden. It's not really allowed.
I know there was a famous Welshman, for instance, who was famous for his music, actually. A man called Ivan Novello, whose full name is Ivan Novello.
The great O'Toole and Harris. And O'Toole and I did a play together down in Bristol Old Vic, which is a very famous theatre in England.
And I won't go on too long. I'll see how many people fall asleep and how the doors are being used.
You see, he was an alcoholic. He was a doctor. And he had a great
A number of I don't know how actually the Lotus Esprit you have on the roads being waterproof. I'm sure that rain doesn't come in. But as to being a submarine, no, of course not. We had to make.
I want to send my fondest love and best wishes to all my friends in the Beauty and Beast organization. And it...
Ryder what?
Honey, Ryder. What's so funny about it?
Nothing. It's a very pretty name.
One of Stan's acts was being a funny burglar. He got such howls of laughter, he was signed up for his first comedy movies.
Now, do you recognize that voice, Mr. Laurel?
Nothing at all. Christians say that our actions are governed by providence. Others say we are fated. I was driven by my nature and conditioning.
Perhaps you've just gone in for chat. We'll probably never know. But we do know that gladiators packed plenty of sex appeal. For example, their sweat was collected and...
And small parts. But I did play Benedict, and I did get around to Petruchio, which I later played.
This war talk's spoiling all the fun at every party this spring. I get so bored I could scream. I haven't thought about that yet. I'll think about that tomorrow.
About 1972, 73. We did it with 14 people. You don't need the baggage, you don't need the excess. And the same with this particular...
Grosvenor House, I think, it was some television ball. And it's funny because I matched the story with Warris later on, and it did kind of match up.